Thanks, Z. How's it, Carlu? Um, Carlu, it's obviously been an incredibly tough journey for you, over the years. After your move from the Lions to the Sharks, where you struggled for game time, moving to France, turning out for Bordeaux, and then, you had that horrific neck break, very similar to Kitsoff, who had to retire because of his. Can you sort of just sum up that journey of your struggles and how you've managed to, get through it, and then coming to this moment, to be a part of the Springboks squad and, potentially in line to make your Springbok debut later this season, official debut?
Yeah, so starting with the Lions and then moving all the way to the Sharks. Obviously, we had a lot of quality tight heads in South Africa at the time, and I knew that at the time as well. So getting the opportunity to go to France and just learning a lot of the ways they do, things they do that side and playing against world-class players, obviously strengthened my game a bit. And the coach at the time, Yannick Brew, told me when he was at Sharks, he was helping out at the Sharks. He said he wants to take me to France and he believes I can do the job there. So going all the way to France, a lot of times, when you go there, it's always a tough one to go, the language barrier, the culture. But I feel like it was a necessary step for me in my career to move to get some game time. Obviously, a tight head's only as good as the amount of minutes he's played and the amount of scrums he's done. So that was the main thing for me to get into that setup and just get a lot of game time under the belt, because that's how you improve. And yeah, unfortunately, in my second year, I broke my neck, same as Kitsoff. The ligaments at C1, C2 are ruptured in the game. And it wasn't looking too great at the time. But Bordeaux at the time said that they will definitely look after me and make sure that I get back on the field. So I'm very grateful for that. So with Bordeaux's help and my wife's help, they obviously gave me the platform and just said, listen, you're going to have to work hard and you're going to make sure that you do all your rehab and make sure you're positive about everything you do. So I'm just thankful for the opportunity they gave me, even after I broke my neck. And to be here today it's a dream come true. I didn't expect this at all. It was actually just for me to get back on the field was the main goal. So I'm just so thankful for the opportunity, and yeah, I'm very thankful.
JT?
Hi, Carlu. Just firstly, they say that the Springbok scrum sessions is quite intense. So firstly, what has your experience been with that? And then secondly, working with Coach Don Iman specifically.
Well, I've heard a lot of stories, and this was the first opportunity I've got now to be in the mix with the scrumming sessions. And I can definitely say it's no joke. I got into the first scrumming session and I would say they literally push you to the max. And I remember the first one we did went a bit longer than I was expecting. And when I stood up, you could see the world around you getting dark, and Sia just grabbed me and said, "Are you okay?" I said, yes, let's go again. So working with Don and the group here, it's definitely making you better as a player. It's making you tougher. And it's definitely living up to what people's been telling me about it. So I'm looking forward to hopefully grow a little bit more in that aspect and take my scrums to the next level.
Sorry, just on that though, have you worked with Don Iman before or not?
No, not on this level. Obviously, the previous times I've worked with him a little bit when he came to the franchises, and he just looks at the scrums and tells you the small little things. But this is the first time I actually had a full one-on-one with him.
Nicholas?
Thanks, Z. Carlu, just going back to when you were still trying to break into the Springbok setup, and you obviously had your neck injury. The tight head spot was very closely contested. I mean, it still is, but you had Trevor Nyakanya, Frans Mahobe, Vincent Koch, and more recently Volker Low and Thomas du Toit. When you were out, were you looking at these guys and trying to learn what you could from them, or were you just trying to shut them out and focus on yourself?
I would say, obviously, each guy's got his own strengths in the scrum, and each guy scrums different. Like if you take a guy like Thomas, for instance, he's a bit taller, so he's got different ways of scrumming. And then you get a shorter tight head that's got different ways of scrumming. So I think the main thing is to make sure that you do what works for you in the scrum. And not necessarily copying someone else's things, but actually just doing what is best for you and making sure that what you're doing is actually complementing the pack.
JT?
No, sorry, Z, I'm fine, thank you.
Let's Lita.
Carlu, just a short one for you. How lekker has it been to speak Afrikaans again?
Geez, like I actually told the boys on the bus, we got on the bus and I was listening to Afrikaans music, and I told my wife that night, I was like, geez, like this is so amazing. Just hearing your language again and just understanding the people around you. It's been, you just listen, everyone's speaking, and you're so happy in the fact that you can actually understand most of the conversation. So I'm really happy about that.
Guys, if there aren't any more questions, I do want to ask you though, how's your French? Tu parles français?
The French it's there, but I won't say it's where it should be. Obviously, with the neck injury, I was out of action for a long time, so I didn't speak too much with the boys at the time. But I can help myself in a meeting, and I can obviously go to the shops and say what I need, and just enough to cope.
Okay, last question, Ross.
Thanks, Z. Carlu, that cauldron that you were in during the Champions Cup final against Leinster, how was that experience, and has that sort of given you a bit of an inkling of what to expect now on the international stage in terms of that type of environment?
Well, it was my first time playing in a final. Last year, I was sitting on the side and watching my teammates. I think getting into situations like that and playing in a final, obviously, it's a different vibe. It's a different setup. You get players around you that take the game to the next level. You can see from Monday, the coaches are obviously also on the next level, doing everything they can to make sure you're getting that 1% right. So I would hope that it would give me a better opportunity, obviously, because I've been in the final and it's big moments. So hopefully I can use something of that and take it into the game.
Awesome. Thank you very much.